podcast, Ace, and today I just want to share a little story. I haven't made a story video in a long while. Just detailing some events that happened last week, which last week would be of January 16th, that whole week. So it started on the 17th. My computers decided to run a bit louder than normal. I always knew it was kind of the power supply. For those who don't know, I have a refurbished computer as my PC that I use for practically everything. I have a decent graphics card. That's how I can actually play games on it and actually record. And when I put in the graphics card and a couple hard drives, I realized my power supply probably wasn't enough to get to the energy requirements it needs to power the graphics card. And I highly doubt anything else, even if it got there. So I saw I'm going to need a new power supply, and I managed to find a 420 watt power supply, which ran for, I'd say, well over 2 years before it started making some weird sounds. Now, you can't hear it in this video because I actually swapped out the power supplies, and for a good reason. Because that power supply actually caught fire on me. No, I am not kidding you. I unfortunately couldn't record it, but I shit you not, my power supply that I had actually ran so hot, it actually briefly caught fire when I turned it on. Well, what happened was I was playing and Dead by Daylight, and my computer accidentally hit the edge of my desk, and my computer just shut off right in the game. So because of that, I then tried to figure out what the hell the problem of it was, and it wouldn't turn on properly. It would turn on for like 2 seconds and then just shut off. So I knew at that point the power supply was already going bad. So then I kept on spam clicking it, thinking, yeah, that's a great idea. Let's just keep spamming it. Well, eventually to the point it just whooshed into flames. For about a second or so, it just caught fire. And so that startled the hell out of me. Then I grabbed a can of air, thinking that would be a great idea, and managed to cool it off, which that did work, fortunately. I know in hindsight I shouldn't have grabbed the can of air, because if there's a fire in there, spraying air into it is a great way just to exacerbate the fire. But eventually I got that thing cooled off enough, and I had to completely remove it. And now I switched it with a much higher power supply, but it's not fitting my PC. So with the image I'm showing you right here, yeah, that's the kind of the cables and wires and stuff is all out. That's from the other power supply, because my other one caught fire and is now busted. I actually ordered a replacement power supply, which was similar but a little bit different than the one that I had previously. The reason I liked the other one previously was it was designed just like the refurbished unit I had. It was just, the only downside is there's one cable, instead of being really long, it's a bit shorter, so it has to reach across the motherboard, go around the CPU fan and the graphics card just to reach the port it needs to go into, which is a tad annoying, but so far has not caused any problems at all. So then on the 18th, I had my friend come over from college, and we had, I don't know, I just cooked up a quick meal. We were just playing games a lot and watched some TV. Well, all the while I was drinking, and I must have drank about like 3 glasses of vodka and Sprite. And keep in mind, I don't like heavily dilute the vodka. It's probably about like 40% vodka and 60% Sprite with a little bit of lime garnish. So I'm not fucking around when I drink. So I had about like 3 of those and knew I was not going to be able to drive him home, so I had to keep him at my place. Well, the next day I woke up with obviously a killer hangover. Safe enough to drive in, so I drove. We got some food and stuff. And then we got back. Then I finally got back to my place, and I barely got any sleep. So I decided, hey, let's go to sleep before I have to go to a meeting. And, well, in that slumber that I had, it was the weirdest collection of 30-minute fever dreams, most of which I pretty much forgot because a lot of dreams in those memories just deteriorate really quickly. Most of the dreams I have completely deteriorated because dreams in general just deteriorate quickly because most of them are not worth having, but there was like a couple I remember where I was in I shit you not, a floating bathroom or whatever. I was on the side of a highway I used to drive a lot when I went to high school. When I then I go into that to a porta potty there or something, it started floating away, and inside the porta potty was the bathroom in where my parents' basement was. If it sounds absolutely convoluted and weird, that's kind of how it was. And the thing is, I barely remember any of this because I don't really like keeping dream journals because by the time I find the dream journal, it would already be gone. But I guess one would be useful for this. I don't know. But imagine dreams on about the same level as that for about 30 minutes, and every 20-30 minutes or so I kept waking up, and twice, I swear to God, my eyes were open, I think, or at least I was looking at the wall where I filmed my movie reviews and stuff. I was looking at that and hearing somebody in my apartment, which I live in a small apartment. I sit up and stuff, look around. There's nothing. I check the bathroom, just stumble around. Check the bathroom. No one's there, obviously, because my doors are locked. All my door is locked, and no one else lives with me. So that happened once, and then another one I tried to sit up because I swear to God someone broke in or whatever. But it was like when your video game like lags back and forth, where you play like the same like 1 second clip over and over and over, like in a shitty GIF or whatever. It was like doing that, but sitting up, and then I instantly fall back down, sit up, fall back, sit down, fall back, sit down, fall back, about 5 times. When I finally woke up from it, realized nothing was happening, and then tried to go back to sleep. Had about like two more fever dreams, and then my phone alarm went off, waking me up. So I was like, okay, this is the weirdest shit that has ever happened to me, because I've had killer hangovers before after drinking a lot more. And the funny thing was, I've drunk more than what I drank that night, but I've never had a reaction like this. That's why I'm starting to think it's not just what I drank, but also somewhat of what I ate. Where I think it actually has something to do with fresh cut fries. Because what I ate that day was I fried up a piece of catfish and some fresh cut fries for me and my friends. And I think there is something in the potatoes or whatever is causing me to have the weirdest dreams, because I remember, this is the one dream I really remember. When I was in middle school, my grandma made fresh cut fries and hamburgers for lunch one. Or maybe it was dinner. Oh, who cares? But anyways, I had that plus caffeine-free Coke for whatever reason when I was doing a school project. I had to write a story or whatever. Then I went to sleep, and I had the most random dream ever of me and a group of my friends going through these wacky misadventures, like drinking at a bar, and then all of them going off for coitus and whatever. And keep in mind, I'm in middle school, so I don't really know how bars worked or what clubs were or anything. I was I was about 13 at the time, so I didn't know what any of that shit was. And apparently one of them got pregnant or whatever. And then it involved me having to drive 9 months later. I was driving the pregnant girl plus two other people in the back of my car, where I was somehow employed as a stunt driver, where I drove around on a highway racing against another guy who was a stunt driver while the song I shit you not, Counting Stars by One Republic was playing. And then right as the song ended, I flipped the car and it smashed upside down. And I ended up breaking my legs, so they took me to the hospital. And then right as everyone was visiting me, the pregnant girl falls to the knees and gives birth, but before the baby pops out, my phone on my no, it was I don't have I didn't have a phone alarm at that time. The alarm clock next to my bed goes off telling me to wake up. I told you it was the wackiest dream ever, but I tell you this because both instances were caused by me eating natural cut fries. By that I mean I got the potatoes from the store, cut them, dried them, fried them, dried them again, and then ate them. I don't know if there is something in the vegetable oil or the potatoes themselves that caused me to have these weird dreams, but they are. I think there's something up here. I kind of want to try again, but I also kind of don't want to try it again because I don't want to have another absolute terrifying nightmares that haunt me for the next very day. But if I do, I'll definitely tell it to make us another story format of this just to tell you. So, yeah, all this happened in a span of 3-ish days or so. And it was the weirdest thing I've ever done, and I actually kind of liked it. Right now, I have my computer hooked up to a thing, and I will soon have the replacement power supply put in, so I can actually have a computer where it's not nearly completely nudged out over the desk, so I can actually have peace of mind that it won't fall off and break. The reason I have all that extra power supply, though, is I'm actually planning on making another PC for my dad's office. His office has a lot of older PC parts. Right now, I have like a motherboard, RAM, processor, CPU fans, and the power supply. Right now, I just need to get the body. I need to get a good graphics card, about another wireless card if it should have an internet port, but if I can't get an internet port, I'll either buy another wireless card or I'll just move it to a place where I can plug it into the internet. The other computer I'm using right now, I'll just turn that into an office PC, so that way I can save my videos and basically do two PCs where I have one devoted to gaming and the other one I can use as work and making videos and stuff like that instead of doing it all in one, but that's all I can afford at the current moment. But regardless, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the absolute insanity that are some of my dreams. I debated on doing some like a dream journal type thing, but like with YouTube where I just make like random dreams that I have, like as like quick little videos. I might do that. Don't count on it. I may do it, but again, I don't know. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please leave a like, and if you want to, subscribe. It really means a lot to me. Thank you guys so much. Have a good day. See ya.